Hello there and welcome to the Bicycle Diaries. Let's see where I end up today. Join me on an incredibly cold and somewhat windy Sunday morning. I'm currently on the Buns Benton Hoe route, but I don't know how far I'm going to follow it. I'm just out for a ride today for time, just to see if I can do about 2 hours, but the cold might kind of put me off a bit. It's extraordinary when you think of the weather last week. We were riding in short kit in 23-24 degrees, and it's probably, I don't know, about 8 or 9 degrees today. Beggars belief, really. This is actually my second ride of the week. I went out yesterday and did a short 25 kilometre route out to Hambledon, and that was quite fun. And the more eagle-eyed of you may notice that I'm actually riding my Trek, which is the good bike that I use during the summer. And the more eagle-eyed of you will also notice that it's equipped with the i2. Now, if you've been following this vlog, you'll know that I've been having a bit of a bike fit saga, and I kind of resolved it when I got a bike fit on my Cannondale, but I'm using that as my winter bike. So now that I've turned over to the summer bike, I've set this one up as best I can to the measurements of the Cannondale, and so far it seems to be working quite well. In fact, it seems to be working a lot better than the fit on the Cannondale. I feel like my legs are cycling properly, going around in proper circles. I'm using my thigh muscles to pull up. I feel I've got a bit more power. And it's just generally a better fit. Now, I did have a bike fit on this bike when I bought it back in 2014, but bike fits are dynamic things, and you probably need to get one fairly regularly, at least not leave it as long as every 5 years or so. Now, according to many sources, the recommended kind of period for a bike fit is every 6 to 12 months, and if you're fortunate enough to be a pro, that goes down to about 3 months, or at least when you change teams and things. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the way this bike fit's working. I'll give it a few more kilometres, maybe that it needs a few more tweaks, but yeah, at the moment I'm quite happy with it. I don't know if it's the weather today or what, but I'm just not feeling it really. I'm only 13 kilometers in. I'm not exactly tired, but I'm just not over enthused for the ride, but I'll push on, carry on, see how I go, try and get to the top of this climb, and try and enjoy it as best I can. As you can see, I've stopped here for the minute by my chums, these donkeys. These are normally quite very friendly. Yeah, they're very nice little chaps or chapesses. I can't really tell. I'm not being a donkey expert. But hello, hello, say hello. No. Yeah, they're not feeling it today either, so maybe it's just one of those days. Doesn't seem all that impressed. Here we are at the top of the Buns Bent and Hoe climb, and we're officially at the top of Grenville Hill, overlooking the village of Hambledon in Hampshire, and we're at a height of 133 meters, and we're overlooking quite a lot of the South Downs here in Hampshire. Now, on a day like today, it's not really displaying it at its best, but you can still agree that the view from here is absolutely stunning, and yeah, I'm really fortunate to have these amazing roads and amazing views right on my doorstep. It might not feel like it today, but this is actually a very, very cycle friendly area. Come up here most weekends and evenings, and there'll be cyclists all around here, and many of the sportives that are ran come up here, and we do have quite a few of those. You probably order a lot of your cycling products mail order from a company called Wiggle, and they're actually a very, very local company, and they were started in Portsmouth back in about 2000. I can remember them doing their first ever mail order service, and they were based literally about 10 miles just over there, and in fact one of their global headquarters is now at one of the big business parks just down the road. Just ridden actually through the village of Hambledon, and I've been riding for about an hour now, not desperately fast, but really focusing on my pedaling technique and my cadence. And I've noticed that my left knee is still having a little bit of pain, but it's on the other side of the knee, which kind of suggests that the saddle is now just slightly too high. So when I get home, I'll probably lower it a couple of mil, and if that disappears, then I know I have the exact perfect saddle height. Apart from that though, it's working really well with this new position. A little bit silly changing bikes because I'm just trying to get used to the position on the Cannondale, but it's that time of year where I do swap over, and there's no point in having two bikes if you only ride one. The other big thing I'm noticing with this trek is that the gearing is slightly higher than the Cannondale, so I'm not able to pedal quite as fast in my lower gear on the trek as I am on the Cannondale, which isn't necessarily a bad thing either, because it will just make me that little bit stronger over the summer, and then when I go back to riding the trek come October time, then I can spin a bit faster and even maybe ride slightly higher gears. made it to the Batterball pub. It's a little bit of a climb to get here from Hambledon. Just took it really slowly. Again, I'm not really feeling it, so I'm just ticking over and getting to where I need to be. Top here. Normally I would carry on down this road, but today I'm going in that direction because there's a very nice little pop-up cafe where I'm going to have a very well-deserved cup of tea. All in all, it was quite a cold ride, and if I have to put my hand on my heart, I would say that I didn't really enjoy it, but at least the cup of tea at the Lone Barn kind of made up for it. As for my training for the Isle of Wight randonnée, it's been rather conspicuous by its absence. Needless to say, it's not going very well. I was half hoping that everyone had forgotten about that, but oh well, I'll be riding it this time next week and we'll find out once and for all. Thanks for watching.